call the meeting to order. Please rise to pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everybody knows there's one agenda item for the evening. It is to pick from among us whoever the next mayor will be. We are going to conduct that business, and then we will open it to public comment, and then we will close the meeting. I only ask if you have any public comment that you please identify yourself and stand and be respectful to us and your neighbors. Sound fair? So our first order of business is to choose whoever the next mayor will be. Do we have any thoughts?
You don't want comments from the public before they vote?
No. It's the order of business.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that we have to, as a community, go through this so quickly. And after the recent election, I think it's been an honor so far to serve with all of you. I admire each and every one of you for your intelligence and your integrity, and moving forward, I think it's a difficult choice. I know there are people who feel like they've lost their voice in the community. I don't know why. I think we can reach out to each and every person in the community, and I feel that's important. And so, now what do I do? Do I make a motion?
That's the proper way, yeah.
Going forward, I would like to make a motion to nominate Mike as mayor.
Is there a second?
Michael Bowman.
Yes.
Michael
We
Bowman.
can't, they're having difficulty hearing you. Sit back.
Oh, okay. I make a motion to nominate Michael Bowman, who is our current deputy mayor, to be the mayor for the next 9 months.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. I will say that
Good.
I have listened to everything that's gone on in the community. I've listened to a lot of the accusations. I've listened to words of support from a lot of people as well. Chris Cakamies did a great job when he was here. He is a good person. He is a great human being. He's a great father, and he's a great husband, and he made the hardest decision that anybody had to make in this community. He did what was best for his family. I'm never going to hold that against him, and I hope nobody in this community does either, because some of the things that have been said about him, frankly, they're unfair, to put it lightly. I can't say that I've ever aspired to be mayor of Nelsonville, but I will accept if need be for the next 9 months.
Yeah, I support that motion because I've been impressed by your leadership since Chris announced his resignation. You've been a source of strength for our team, and you're a natural leader in our group, and I will feel happy to endorse that.
Thank you. Anything?
No, I don't endorse it.
All right. Roll call vote. Lisa?
I vote for Mike Bowman to be the next mayor of Nelsonville for the next 9 months.
Dove?
I vote as well.
Dave?
No.
And I'll vote yes. Motion
I have
passes.
to interrupt, they can't hear back here, they really can't, you're gonna have to
We need a
project.
sound system in here, really. We do that, every month we do the same thing.
All right.
Sit up front next month.
I'm sorry?
Sit up front next month.
No, we'll work on it.
Well,
work
Yeah,
on
maybe we can get a mic or something.
No, there's something else they can do.
We'll work on it.
Thank
I don't want to shout.
You may have to.
Well,
Yeah.
so motion passes. I'm still acting mayor until I'm sworn in or whatever. I'll open it up to public comment.
My name is Gloria Fantasso. I live at 279 Main Street. You know, Michael, I've known you since you've been a little boy. You've been away on vacations with us.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. And the only thing I can say, I hope you're able to do the time. I know you work a distance, but I really was hoping David Maroney would get the position. He's local. He's around all the time. We can approach David and talk to him. And I tell you this, Michael, because I love you and I care about you. You've created many enemies with what's taken place in the last election. It can be rumor.
I'm sad to hear that.
And it's rumor maybe, but I don't know, but we need to bring us together, as I said on Facebook. This can be a time of healing in our community. We don't want it's us against them. We're all together as one.
I agree. And
I-
the one thing I can say to the whole time aspect of it, I might be the mayor, but all of us are in charge. We're all going to be called upon equally to tackle the issues in the village. I'm not going to be, I'm not a ruler or not going to run things the way they used to be. Let's put it that way. Things will be different.
Well, I actually kind of like the way, I know Bill's sitting here, but I want someone that's reachable. I want someone that's going around in the village. I know
Well-
it's a lot to ask for the salary it's given.
If you text me or call me at any time, Facebook message, you know how to do that because you did it this week.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
I will answer everything, no matter time of day or whatever the issue.
Well, I hope you rely on David, maybe as deputy mayor, because you know yourself, he's in Mindy, he comes in here, and anything that needs to be addressed, he takes care of immediately. But my other question is, Mindy, to you about the minutes. I know, and I think, Doug, you're taking care of the website now. I was told for people to look at the minutes, they have to download them. Some people don't know how to download and open a file. Is there any way they can go right to a reader?
Right, so if we upload it as a PDF and open a new tab, that should work.
They're on there as PDFs now, so when
Are
you
they?
click on them, they should open in a preview pane.
I didn't try it the last 2 nights, but they still weren't in download status, and some people don't even know where to put stuff like that in their, computer. It's just my concern for the people that don't get here.
What if they dual post to this PDF and HTML?
Can you get a transcript, written transcript of the audios?
We're talking two different
Right, there are
issues.
2 different issues.
But I wish you luck, and I wish all of you luck. I'll
Thank
support
you.
you any way I can.
Thank
But I
you.
just want people to be heard, Michael. There's a difference between hearing someone and really taking into mind what they're truly saying. I can listen to every one of you, but doesn't mean I'll do anything with it. And as we tell our children, we have to listen and at the same time learn from what they're trying to tell us. All right, so the best of luck.
Former Mayor O'Neill.
My name is Bill O'Neill, and I have several comments to make this evening. I come here reluctantly. However, at the last meeting, my administration came up, namely from you, Trustee Bowman, that my house was on for sale last year. How did you determine that my house was for sale last year?
Because you called both myself, Alan Potts, and I believe Dave out onto the porch to ask if we would like to be mayor, because you were going to make one of us deputy mayor because you were selling your house.
It's patently untrue. My house was never on the market last year. You are an agent, I believe, for Robert McCaffrey.
I wasn't last year, no.
Well, you should be able to determine whether a house is for sale or not. And your statement that my home is for sale is a lie. Number two, you raised that last year under my administration there was a debacle. And I would like to know what that debacle was.
I don't know what context you're referring to.
You at the last meeting mentioned that there was a debacle during the prior administration.
Was that in the minutes?
I can put that into context for you.
Certainly.
I gave you guys the minutes.
That was on the tape, that was on the website.
Comment was made by Greta Graham that people were laughing at us.
Yeah.
And the side comments were not as much as they were laughing 6 months ago.
Was this in the meeting?
Yes, and it's in the audio recording.
Okay.
So you're denying that you said that?
I don't
That there was a
recall.
debacle.
I don't recall saying it, but if you want my honest opinion,
Yes.
things were run very poorly, and I'll leave it at that. And Alan, I'm going to ask you flat out and put you on the spot. Did he or did he not call us out on that porch and ask us if we wanted to be mayor last year?
He did speak to us about deputy mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that he did not say he was putting his house on the market.
Well, that's what was said to me.
Oh.
I believe in point of fact that I had pledged that if I were re-elected, I would not sell my home. So again, I say your statement was a lie.
It was not a lie.
Furthermore, I would like to inform the board that I spent 5 hours last week being deposed with respect to the 2 lawsuits against the village. And some names came up during those depositions. I would suggest you may be, as I did, receiving subpoenas from the attorneys for the plaintiffs.
It would be expected.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mike, I've known you also since you were little.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Lou Cacetta. The rumors that you're talking about started before the election. As soon as everybody heard who was running, and that you were backing these 2 ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And right then and there, everybody was saying, well, he'll get in, and then he can become mayor. That's what he wants. You're saying no,
No.
that's what the talk was, even before the results of the election.
Mary Lou, if that were true, I would have run for mayor.
I'm not saying whether it's true or not. I'm just saying that was the rumors. Then when it came out that the former mayor was moving, it all started again. Oh, now we know. They knew ahead of time Mike's going to be mayor. And by you 2 appointing him mayor, you've just made what we've all been saying true.
If we applied that to every rumor that was ever spread in a community such as ours, which we know there have been many, I mean,
And you know those
Mary
rumors
Lou.
around here never die, Mike. They
Mary
go
Lou.
on forever.
I'm going to work for your interest and everyone else's in this room, rumor or not. Let me just address the whole conspiracy theory of Chris and these 2 ladies. For that to have happened, I would have had to plan a election from my son's hospital bed, because that's when it was all occurring. They came to me and asked me if anybody wanted to run for mayor. They wanted me to. I said no, because I was frankly overburdened with everything going on between jobs and my son and everything else. My son's health improved. I supported Chris. I supported both of these individuals. Why should I be penalized for expressing a political opinion? Because that's all it was. I thought they could do a better job with the transparency in leading this village than what was going on. And if you want to fault me for that, fault me for it, because I have no answer for it. Anyone else?
Joe
Good.
Mackenzie, Core Street.
Mhm.
I've only lived here 17 years, so I can't speak to this election, how it compares to others, but I hope, Mike, that you can bring the tone of things. The tone was really uncomfortable for me, that this election, I did not appreciate most of the things I read in the paper. So I hope that you will remember the sesquicentennial we worked so hard
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
Remember the community spirit we were able to have amongst ourselves.
Mhm.
I hope you will bring that back. And I also want to tell you I have been in touch with the Putnam County Board of Elections because I was so disturbed by the shenanigans of this election. I found out I have to talk to Mindy, which I will do when I have some free time, because they don't run the election. But I want you to know I did contact them because I was very disturbed. And I got an immediate call back, which is Putnam County at its best. Thank
Excellent. David?
David Lindbergh, Crown Street. I want to tell you that I know that running any organization is hard. even a tiny village such as ours. And you already have a lot on your plate. So I want to wish you all strength and luck dealing with it. And I hope that we can all stand behind you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Young from Maine and Crown in Maine, and I just want to say congratulations. I can tell you I don't really understand why even aspiring to a political position and planning for it would be a bad thing. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how politics works. But I know for a fact, as my neighbor, it was not something he had sought after. So I just want to put in the opposite end of that, because we have a whole world and experience, all of us in our own lives, right, that in our own reality. And just congratulations. I think you'll do a great job. I think everyone's going to do a great job. You know, that people voted differently for the elections, a fair election, and these are our representatives. So good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Jen and I were both the first women who were ever asked to run as trustees many years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
We both turned that opportunity down because we knew how much work it would be.
Anyone else? Public comment? Mr. Robertson, I knew the hand was coming.
Tom Robertson, 52 Pearl Street. Mr. Mayor-elect, when I went just...
Mayor appointed.
My concern is about the issuing of the audios. Historically, the meetings were recorded, not notified to the people. People could see it, but historically it was for the use of the clerk. She used it. It was never released. People were not told, were never asked to be identified. And I think there was a quick decision last Friday between three of you to do so. Because when he went up online on Saturday, I called Trustee Maroney what it was all about. He didn't know anything about it, he said. And I was, when you go to do something like that, you'd think all four of you would be involved. Secondly, I think if you put these up in line, we have a right to have a transcript, a written transcript of each and every one of them. If you could check with the attorney, I would certainly like to see that in position.
Well, I can speak to the transcript issue from the Committee on Open Government and NICOM. We don't have to by law. Our minutes are kind of the transcript of the meeting. I was a little confused by some of the pushback that I got from the community. Dave did call me last Saturday. We pulled the video down until we got an opinion from our attorney, just to make sure everything was on the level. Last meeting, there was a pretty big outcry from certain individuals in the room that we were doing things under the table or, violating open meetings law and things like that. And how much more transparent can we get than posting the audio of a meeting? So I thought it was a good idea. I support Dove for posting it.
I thought it was a value added to the
I
community.
think it's an excellent idea. But there's people who weren't aware of
They weren't aware that it was being recorded, or
some were not. It was never announced. People weren't asked to identify themselves. It was precisely as a tool for the clerk, has been historically for years. Had been considered. The fact, why was it a rush? Wait until the next meeting and talk about it. I think the way for video is the way to go if you're going to go.
Video brings a large cost with it. Video brings a large cost with it.
People to buy a pro camera, volunteers so come and do it and put it online.
I've been through the same issue in Cold Spring when I was a trustee, and the amount of money that we would either pay someone to do the video editing or posting of the videos, trust me, we've got a lot on our plate as it is to add that onto it. And if someone from the community wants to videotape on behalf of the village, unedited, by all means, we're open to it.
Well, it's something to look at.
Yeah.
I wish you all the luck in the world, and I think the audio is a good idea. I just think it can be improved by going to the...
I think going forward, it's going to be kind of the rule here is that we're going to audio tape as much as we can and make as much transparent and public to people to access, whether they're traveling or home or just can't make the meeting and don't want to come out.
Yeah, and it came from feedback from people who weren't able to attend meetings as regularly because they have young kids or events after work, and saying that they regretted that they had missed the meetings and would love to hear, either have video or audio of the meetings, so it as a service to them.
Lori,
Trustee, what happens now with the vacant trustee position?
I'll interview people and make an appointment. It's not going to happen by next Monday, but by our hopefully next monthly
So you'll
meeting.
post an ad in the paper?
Yeah, we could do that, or we'll post it on Facebook. We'll do an ad in the PCNR. and
See, not everybody does Facebook that much. I believe so.
I've already had people approach me who are interested, so
Can I comment on the choice of mayor?
yeah.
Or the public comment zone?
Yeah.
I'm new to the village, Heidi Wendell at 29 Seacor Street, and I
Welcome.
wanted to just note that I'm very pleased that you're going to be the mayor, because I'm very much in favor of continuing the protection of the woods. And it's my understanding from all the letters to the editors and various columns that were written in the papers before the election, that you're very much in favor of continuing the protection for our woods, and that's a very, very important issue to me. So I'm very pleased that you're the mayor, and very supportive of the trustees that are in favor of continuing protection for the woods,
Thank you.
our beautiful woods that
Thank you.
is so precious.
Thank you. Kenny.
Yeah, I just had one question about the Kenneth Levine, 103 Healy Road. I just had one question moving forward when you say Facebook, is Facebook the page of Nelsonville, or is Nelsonville Village has its own page for the public? Because there's a little bit of, a mix-up there if you're going to think that Facebook is a way to communicate with the public, that wouldn't be correct. The way it should work is that people go to the village page and get their information by accessing that. And that's the way it should be done moving forward. And that would make it all on the up and up.
We actually cross-post in a number of places,
not like
so we've been putting the agenda and meeting minutes on the website, and also alerting people on Facebook once they've gone live. So it's not an either-or, but just multiple channels for
Just so everyone
communicating with the
sees.
public.
So this is our village website. From now on, moving forward, in this little scrolling bar over here, we hope to have all of our meetings noticed properly ahead of time. There are links to agendas there, and
I saw the
all
recent
that.
post and say whoever did that was just the way it has to be done. It was perfect. You couldn't ask for more.
Well, your
You go to the
message
page,
last
you want
meeting was well
information.
received.
You don't need a whole thing, but I'm happy that you're moving in that direction.
Facebook is just a tool that it's easier for the parking enforcement and stuff like that, and different events and things like that.
I
But
have
it's
no
not
issue
by
with
no
that.
by no means is it the official voice of the village.
That's all I needed to hear.
All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, just want to, going back to the audio, are we strictly releasing the audio of the meetings from the start and when they finish? Or it seems that a couple of audios came out which showed conversations here before we had an official meeting. Do you have a standard on that?
As far as I know, we've only posted
We've only
the one
posted
audio.
that one audio from the previous meeting.
So what you're saying, when the meeting calls to order, then the tape goes on?
That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
suggest.
Yeah.
Because
We can do
the
that.
last one came out, I remember, I heard Mr. Levine talking, and that was not an official meeting. The meeting hadn't started, you stood up and said the Pledge of Allegiance, so that was periphery information. I don't think should be on there. I think it should be just the full meeting period. I don't know what your attorney says.
The attorney's opinion is that once you come into the public meeting room, anything is.
Well, I think we should notify people.
But
There's no
realistically,
expectation of confidentiality in these meetings.
realistically, I mean, I think we all agree there is kind of a understanding that confidential conversations that happen before a meeting starts are not public consumption. Yeah. I mean, last meeting, the beginning of it was a little bit crazy, so I don't know exactly where the demarcation of where the meeting started. I mean,
I think when
it
you
was
called into order and stood up to pledge allegiance, I thought that was...
well, things are going to be very clear from now on.
Thank you very much.
And just reassurance from the board that when three of you are together, that constitutes a meeting. You can't do that unless it's
We're
public.
well aware. It's not my first
I
rodeo,
know,
Gloria.
I know. That's where people get in trouble.
Yep. Anybody else?
Have you any plans at all for the whole village to meet you people? Or some people don't even know where this office is in this
Well-
village. And nobody knows them either.
Getting back to your initial comment about the sesquicentennial, it would be great to have a block party, to have everybody together and like we used to. It's
I've had
a
that
little
idea
far
for
into the
decades,
summer right now,
sorry.
and it's a little far into the summer already, and you know to plan it like that would.
Like the last thing we
Be a
had was
rush.
the sesquicentennial, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
And that's a long time ago.
2005. Was it 2005?
I will take credit. I have talked about a block party for a decade, and Alan knows I have because I've talked to him about it.
Would the Masons
so
be
we may
interested?
do it yet, and he and I might talk
We'd have
about
to
it.
discuss it.
Well,
I can't comment for the whole
I know.
group.
August, September.
That would be
would
nice
be a
in the
great.
fall, fall festival.
Well, if anyone remembers the sesquicentennial, it poured.
It poured.
And all the photos are all of us in our gray Nelsonville shirts, completely soaking wet in the old fire department. So, anybody else? I will never shut down public comment. So if you have anything to say, now's the time. Or you call me, get a hold of me. I'm always available.
Thanks, Val, for
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Is there a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.